You're listening to the Today's Eden Podcast, episode 44. This is where the struggles are real, the callings are heavy, the kids are sticky. We come together because it takes a village, and this is your tribe. Hey everybody, I hope you're having an awesome Wednesday and hopefully not too crazy, being that Thanksgiving is tomorrow. And if you're like me, you procrastinated because I went to Costco today and it was awful. Like, I had to park 6 miles away to get to the inside of Costco. Being that it is Thanksgiving tomorrow, I thought I would do something a little different and I would share with you the 10. I'm not overachieving that much. The 5 things I'm thankful for this year as a mom. But before we get into it, let me just tell you exactly what my situation kind of looks like right now. I have my computer on my daughter's bedside table that is currently in our new apartment's living room. I'm using a paper organizational stand for my keyboard and my microphone, and I'm sitting on my kids' step stool because we have been spending the last 3 days moving, and really before then, but we wanted to wait until their option period was over so that way we for sure knew that we would be moving, that our house would be in fact sold, and that we wouldn't go to the hassle of packing things or selling things if in fact we wouldn't end up selling our house or these people would back out of the deal or something like that. So we waited until the last minute. So now we've been spending literally every day from sun up until midnight, 1 o'clock the other night, packing, moving, or selling stuff. And of course, not to make a mom's life any easier or anything, our kids' school had a Thanksgiving feast on Monday for one child, a Thanksgiving feast on Tuesday, which was today, for our other child. And I signed up for the smallest things that I thought that I could do during this, period of moving, but it required baking. So I made cornbread for my son and I made Indian fry bread for my daughter because they were doing a heritage feast. And I thought, these were super easy things to do and I would get them done really quickly. It didn't occur to me that I would not only are these easy recipes normally, but my kitchen was I had to unpack my kitchen to be able to use my kitchen. And even then I was still surrounded by boxes and things all over the counter. And so if you've seen my Instagram, you saw some pictures of my situation, and you'll probably continue to see pictures and Insta stories of my situation because that is my life right now. But let's get to, so that brings me to the 10 things that I'm thankful for, because I'm hoping that amidst sleep deprivation, stress, my husband and I have not spent any time together because he's at our old house cleaning and getting it ready to close. And I'm at our new place trying to unpack and get it, livable. And so I thought that, hey, why don't I try to think about the things that I'm thankful for right now, and maybe I'll get out of this funk and, kind of get in the spirit of Thanksgiving after all. So 5 things I'm thankful for as a mom. Let's just start off with Netflix. I am so thankful for Netflix right now. I do not normally let my kids watch Netflix that much, or TV in general. I don't like to just have them sitting there staring at it, getting their brains fried. But when their toys are packed, when the books are packed, when we're moving, when it's easier for them to not be walking underneath my feet while I'm carrying a box, and I love them so much, and they have been so much help during this move, and they have been so flexible because we have been going and strange hours. And so I'm really grateful for the fact that they have done a pretty good job of keeping it together throughout this whole process. But I am so thankful for Netflix because I use my phone as a hotspot, put it on the laptop, and you have a movie on the go. And that's just kind of how we're rolling right now because our TV isn't hooked up. And so they're watching a movie and I'm okay with that. And I'm really grateful for the fact that I can say I can be one of those moms and say, I would never let my kids do this or that. And, we could say back in the day, like we didn't have those things and our parents made it work out. Well, that's true. And I try to, keep those things in mind when I'm, at a restaurant or whatever. But since I have these resources, and if parents back then had those resources, maybe it would have gone a lot smoother. Maybe they would have yelled at their kids less while they were moving or lost their minds less. And so I am keeping in the fact this is just a period. This is not how things are. We're just in a season. And so for the past 3 days, if they've watched a little more TV than normal, they will survive. And I am still a good mom. So saying that makes me feel really good. So I had to say it really slow to remind myself that I am still a good mom. We are still good moms if we have seasons of chaos, and we are just trying to be the best that we can and do the best with what we have. So that brings me to number two. Number two, I'm thankful for so much because I haven't had one, or it feels like I haven't had one in forever, is a date night. So normally I think it was 2 years ago or a year ago, my husband and I made like this blood oath that we would take a date night every week. And for a while, we were able to achieve that for a whole year. And that was amazing. You guys, if you have not made date night a priority, I would highly suggest it because it is a game changer. Like even if at first when we started doing weekly date nights, I would think that we had nothing to talk about or we'd run out of things to talk about. But it has gotten such, it's become such a sweet time for us to hang out and for me to put on jeans instead of sweatpants or yoga pants and put on makeup and actually put a little bit more makeup on, because I'm going out with my husband versus just picking my kids up at school and I'm trying to look presentable. Just us getting to know each other, talking, acting like adults, not parents, not moms. And it has been so now that we are in the midst of moving and, I'll admit like we're a little disconnected because we're stressed. We are on the go. We've been separated because we're here and we're there and I have kids things to do and he has work to do and, yada, yada. Date night, I'm super thankful for the fact that we have that and that we have grandparents close. And I know that that's not the case for some of you guys out there, that I know that we are pretty lucky in having family who will watch our kids for free and we haven't had to, but maybe once call an outside babysitter. And so I know that's not the story for the rest of you. I know that some of you guys have a really hard time finding somebody to watch your kiddos. And so my hope for you is that you make finding a babysitter a priority, that you make date night a priority, or you find a way to do it while they're still at home. Like maybe you put them to bed and you plan out this like super like either elaborate or super casual date night in your room and you make it like change your mindset. Like this is a date night. We're not just at home. Like this is intentional. And I don't think it's about so much about like what you do or where you go. I don't think it has to be a big deal. Like you could sit at the end of your driveway. And I feel like just the mindset change of this is our time to connect and making that effort is what really brings the benefit to you guys as a couple. So that is number two. Definitely thankful for date night. Number three, I am definitely thankful for nights where nobody wakes me up. Nobody has to go pee. Nobody has a cough. Nobody gets too cold. Nobody has a tummy ache. My dogs don't need to go outside. And I get to sleep the whole way through. I don't know what that's like right now. That is like a diamond in the rough for us. So I'm very thankful for those nights where I wake up and I'm like, man, nobody woke me up last night. That is awesome. And I feel like $1,000,000 because right now I think I was up at 3 and at 4 after I went to bed at 12 and then I had to get up at 6. And so that was fun. So you guys know how it is when you have little ones and they're waking you up through the night or they get in your bed and all that jazz. So I'm very thankful for the nights where nobody wakes me up because I need my sleep. I'm freaking exhausted. I'm thankful for, so number 4, I am thankful for doing the least for Thanksgiving this year. I literally stopped at Costco to buy, I signed up for, like appetizers, like veggie trays. I was totally against this and I would always kind of frown upon like those plasticky things, that come with this pre-filled carrots and broccoli and ranch dip and whatever. I totally bought that today. I bought that. And not only did I buy that, I bought the fruit tray too, because, go big or go home. So, so I totally ran by Costco today and got both of those things. And I'm totally okay with that because I'm exhausted. And I think that it's okay to do those things. Like, I have no problem with being like, hey, this is what I did and I don't care. And you guys can make your casseroles and you guys can make your, all those things. And some years I think that we have the time to do those things. It brings us joy to do those things. We love to do those things. I'm not in that place right now to where I'm like, here, like, I'm just like, just accept me as I am. And so I am super thankful that I'm just doing the least. And that again is like, reminds me of that this is just a season, and it doesn't always have to be this way. And maybe if I like it, I'll keep it this way. Like, who knows? My point is that, like, we put too much pressure on ourselves as moms, to do the everything. And we are actually going to talk about this in an upcoming episode I have with Valerie Friedlander. And we talk about holidays because we are getting ready for Christmas. You guys, we are so close. It's stressing me out. Not to mention that I haven't started on that either. If you haven't guessed or seen a pattern here, I'm a procrastinator. And so she's coming on the podcast to talk about dealing with family, dealing with the extra stress of the holidays, how to manage it, how to like prepare yourself for it. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Like, as I'm talking about all this stuff, it makes me think of the things that she's saying to help myself prepare for tomorrow when we have Thanksgiving with my family. And then the next day on Thanksgiving, we're having it with my husband's family. And so I am not ready. Like, I've had zero sleep the past 3 days. My house looks like a wreck. And I am trying to remember what Valerie has told me about my mindset and the things that I can do to prepare myself for these situations where I don't necessarily want to be in them, or deal with certain people, or certain circumstances. And so, yeah, that's where I'm at, you guys. Let's move on because that was a little Debbie Downer. Number 5, the final and last thing that I'm thankful for is for teamwork. In times like this, when we are moving, when it's chaos, when I have boxes everywhere, when I'm sitting on a stool, when I haven't taken a shower in a day, and also our laundry machine that we hooked up in the apartment is leaking. And did I mention that our dishwasher also, they forgot to screw it in. So it totally works, but every time I open the door, the whole thing falls out of the wall. So that's fun. But I'm so grateful for teamwork right now, because even though we are like, probably he is carrying, like, it's like a 90-20 balance. Like, I don't ever think everything is 50-50. Somebody's always carrying more of the load than the other. And I think maybe it's fluctuated between the both of us throughout this whole process. But at least I am thankful that I know that he's thinking about me. Am I still cranky and am I grumpy? Yes. And am I pleasant to be around? No. But I am super grateful that at least he is trying to make an effort to think about the things that I need to get done. Like setting up the internet today, or yesterday, to make sure that this podcast could come on Wednesday and that I could still do my thing and that you guys could hang out with me. And so, I am at the front of his mind. He is at the front of my mind. He is doing it more gracefully than I am. I'm doing it very, very, like, I think of myself as like sadness, like a mix of, like, if you've ever seen, outside Inside Out. I don't know why I drew a blank on that. Inside Out, the movie. I'm like a mix of angry, disgust, and sad right now. Like, if angry was like losing his mind, fire, but then like also being drugged by disgust on the floor. I don't know. Anyways, I'm just a mix of the three of them right now, I think. But at the same time, we're just like doing this as a team. We're like trying to talk each other through it, encourage each other through it. And my husband was like, maybe, we can laugh about this. And I was like, it's too soon. We cannot laugh about this. It's too soon. And so those are the 5 things that I'm thankful for as a mom. And so I hope you guys take the time to think of a few things that you are thankful for in this season. I know it's really stressful. I know that tomorrow you might have like a bajillion family members coming over tomorrow, and they're going to leave you with all the dishes. Or you're going to have your aunt come over and she's going to tell you how your marriage should be X, Y, and Z. Or everybody's going to ask you about when you're going to have the next baby, and you've recently lost a baby and haven't even told anybody, but yet they're putting the pressure on you. You guys, the holidays bring so much joy, but I know it brings so much stress and so much weight on your shoulders as mothers and women and wives. And so I just wanted to let you know that I'm thinking about you. And then I hope that you know it's okay to take a moment to step outside. Like, I hope you know that you can take a break. You can remove yourself from situations. You can, give yourself grace for the fact that their problems are not your problems. And most of the time when stuff happens, it's a reflection of the stuff that they have going on inside. And so moving into tomorrow, I'm going to be thinking about all you guys listening. I'm going to be hoping that we can post on the Today's Eat and Tribe Facebook group about how we succeeded, how we survived, how we made it through. And I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you embrace the ones that you love. I hope that you spend time with people you care about, your friends, your family, your neighbors, your cousins, whoever it is. And I wish you an amazing, happy Thanksgiving. So before you go off and finish making your pecan pie or your turkey or your famous stuffing, dressing, cornbread mix, whatever it is that you do, that's your thing. Maybe it's the veggie tray this year. Holler to all my moms bringing the veggie tray. That's where it's at. I wanted to let you know about a few things over on the Today's Eat blog that you might want to check out. So if you didn't know, I posted a blog post recently about the best subscriptions for kids, subscription boxes for kids this Christmas. So it has become aware to me that I don't want any more stuff. Moving, I just don't want it. Like, I don't like the how many bags of toys that we've thrown out and donated. It's ridiculous. Like, we've bought things just to buy things, just to put presents under the tree that we thought our kids might like, or that was at the dollar section of Target, because Target knows how to get you, man. This year, I want to be more intentional about what we're getting our kids for Christmas. And so I know 2 things. I know that subscription boxes have been amazing things that have come to light this past couple years. And 2, our kids freaking love to get mail. Like, what kid doesn't want to get your mail for you? I'm pretty sure every day for the past few, 3 years, my daughter has asked me to get the mail. Every time we pull up to the house, first thing, Mom, can I go get the mail? So if you have a child that you know would love a box every month for Christmas, here's what I did. I Googled every subscription box for kids out there. Then I looked at what they were. I Googled, I YouTubed, I read the reviews, and I read literally everything I could get my hands on. That's what I read about it. And I picked the top, I think it was top 10 ones that I feel like really give value, are worth what you're paying for, and give you the most bang for your buck. And also, I wanted to make sure that I covered all the age ranges. So there's ones for even infants. There's ones for your book readers, your bookworms. There's ones for your coding girls, your gamer kids. If you have a boy or a girl that's into coding, there's a subscription box for that. There's one for clothes. There's one for creating STEM stuff. And just a few, I think there's a few more, but they're awesome. I spent so much time. And then when I did that for myself, I thought, hey, why don't I just make this a post so that way everybody else doesn't have to do this much research as I did, because it was such a pain. So I'm going to save you guys the time. You can check it out. Go to today'seating.com/blog. Also on there, if you want to go to today'seating.com/blog, you can see another recent post that I did about the best podcast episodes when the struggle is real. And I have when you're feeling all the mom guilt, when marriage is rough, when you're going through infertility, when you have to start over, and when you're trying to raise kids who care. Because I feel like this is a time that everything comes to a surface when it's all the stress, all the family members are in, and it's the new year coming up, and like all these things you're reflecting on and you want to do and you want to move forward. And so I felt like we just need this. I just needed to share with you guys when the struggle is real, because I will go back and I will review these just like you do. And I know if I need it, then you probably need it, and we can do it together. So make sure you check out those blog posts on today'szenon.com/blog. So again, I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday week or weekend, whatever you guys are doing. I hope that you're treating yourself well. And the quote I want to leave with you guys today is that parenting moment when you wake up at 6:15 a.m. and feel thankful you were able to sleep in until 6:15 a.m. And then you start wondering where in life you went wrong to have 6:15 a.m. mean you slept in. Story of my life, people.